What up, gamers? Spencer here, and welcome back to Genshin and back. So it's been like around a week since I last uploaded a video of this game here, and yeah, for you guys it's been like that, but for me it's been like maybe around a month. I know I said like maybe I had like around a week's worth for me to, I guess, build up Charlotte here, which I do have now on the team. I was able to build her up, but yeah, it took me I guess I took a more longer, I guess, time with it. Which, yeah, I don't need that much time to build up Charlotte, but yeah, she's already up now to be good in battle, because I know she can heal, and I just want to make sure we have a healer in the team over here. So, yeah, I got her since I feel like it makes sense. We did have, like, Lynette, and Charlotte meet at one point, even with the Traveler, so I thought it feels like a more lore-friendly team in a way. Maybe not more, but, you know, it does feel very lore-friendly. Anyways, let's go continue with the quest over here. But yeah, some time has passed, man. So I think last time, who was on the banner right now? I think last time was it Silolen on the banner? So yeah, it's been like maybe the banner after the next one is where I am at right now. So yeah, it's been like, yeah, it has been a bit. I do think it's been like around a month since I last recorded. So yeah, I might not remember much. I do apologize if I
It
don't
is
remember,
settled then.
but
Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
the last thing I remember was that there was like some kind of like disease or something from a drug, and also the whole thing with the like Navia's father's past and stuff.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
That's all I really remember from
Excuse
last
me,
time.
miss. Do you need anything from us?
Oh,
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
let's not bother her for now.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Yeah, so if I remember correctly, I think the husband, or I guess the father of that kid, was like friends with the with Navia's father, but then at some point something happened that got them into trouble.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina
Okay, I guess he died.
Dorsula sent us a lot of
That
mora
definitely
and
is really
support.
bad.
I understood your guilt
I
and
can see why the
apology to
daughter
be
is
genuine.
upset.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how
Ooh.
to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
Okay, I'm starting to slowly remember what happened.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Wait, does that mean someone ordered Jocks to take out Callus?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callus had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man. So why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons, regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Okay. Testimony from Jock's family. Jock's family believes that he had struggled greatly with the order to kill Callus. Did Callus act in self-defense, or was there more to the incident? So yeah, we still have this whole thing going on with this whole notes-taking.
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next.
Yeah, very
The mall should be
interesting.
nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Okay.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
All right. The one butler guy told us to look into 3 people, right? Yeah, it's really interesting that we still have this whole note-taking thing. It does feel like a big, like, change now into the main quest. I'm sure maybe it's only for Fontaine. Not sure if this will carry on to like Natlin or the future ones.
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House.
But I'm just wondering if they're trying to do
Someone
more
got
now with the
turned
main
into
quest
water
compared
right
to
in front of
before.
us.
Yeah, I've heard.
To make it feel more
Something that
interactive.
dramatic? I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside. And we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a 3rd person there who was turned into water?
It's very possible.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a 3rd person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel.
Let me just review that again. Um, reason to kill. Okay.
Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything, once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then, I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today, no matter what others might say. He'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Yeah, so I feel like in a way it was kind of like bad for me to, take that month break from recording. But yeah, let me read this first before I finish what I'm about to say. Information regarding Florence. Florence, the advisor to the Spina di Rosula, claimed that he was very grateful to Callus for his kindness. He was also present at the banquet on the day of the case and can provide evidence that Callus did not carry a gun with him when he went out. Okay. I'll go to the Court of Fontaine ready and speak to Theory. I thought they would all be in this one place. Yeah, I felt like maybe it was a bad idea for me to take that long break. But the thing is, I had like other games to play as well on the channel that I had to put Genshin on a little break for a bit. Alright. Here we go. Next guy. Theory.
Hey, Thierry! It's
Or
me!
Thierry. A silent H.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callus did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Gardamex. Are those the robots? I think she's talking about like when we got attacked by them earlier.
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
You think she suspects him of like deploying them? Or maybe that, if he is trustworthy, maybe someone has access like him to those mechs to control them?
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city.
Yeah.
So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Makes sense.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
I'm not sure about Thierry here. I just feel like there's something more. I mean, I'm sure I'm wrong, but you know, I just feel like that doesn't like stop him from like, you know, if he had like a motive, like yeah, he could just be lying that he's not controlling them. Like I know he's just saying that he's just doing his job. But, like, you know, if he does have any history with the, you know, with I guess with us in a bad way, then maybe I can see him like lie about that. Information regarding Thierry. Thierry is a person responsible for the official contact between Spina de Rizula and the guards. According to him, the only sufficiently rich can privately own large numbers of Gardamex. I'm sure in the story he's probably innocent, but you know, I'm just like thinking about it like really hard. Maybe way too hard. What's over there? This goes underground, right? I guess we'll just walk there then. Yeah, like I said, probably a bad idea, or a bad thing I did for just taking that month break because, yeah, I don't remember much with the story. That's why that one time I like paused a bit to like review the dialogue. Because yeah, I was like trying my best to like remember what happened back then because I know the butler gave like a big story. Oh yeah, right. I forgot one more thing too. One of you guys also told me about the boats over here. That you can actually use them, but just like a certain way. I think you could use like an elevator or something. You know what? Maybe we'll try to see if I can make that work. But yeah, we could have used the aqua bus over here. But like there's like a certain way to do it. I guess we got to use those elevators over here. I would maybe need to find like the ground floor version of that. Maybe if I just jump down here. Oh, I guess maybe there's not a clear way maybe for me. Or did I misread that? I thought I saw one of you guys told me that we could have used it. That I just, you know, didn't go the right way pretty much. Let me just see. Because yeah, when I saw that, yeah, here he is. You can ride the aqua bus to the opera house area. You need to be on a specific floor and interact with a bench to summon the aqua bus. And there's an elevator to go between floors. Oh. Okay, I had to go to a bench. And we can use the elevators to, I guess, go up and down. And maybe I should have like stayed up there. Maybe there was a bench there. My bad, but it's fine. We're supposed to go down here anyway. Yeah, we could have done that. Also, one thing I forgot to say, because we're at our 215th video. Like, I don't know if I said this yet, but like, in the entirety of my, you know, decades worth, like 10 years worth of doing YouTube, Genshin right now is officially my newest, longest running series that I've done. And it beats out, like, you know, many years ago, I used to do a Let's Play of The Elder Scrolls Online. and I think the farthest that I got was 210 videos. So yeah, we're like 5 videos over my longest, uh, you know, previous series, which was the Elder Scrolls Online, but now it's Genshin Impact. So that's an achievement. Very cool.
Hello. How may I help you?
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
And I guess you can say like the video length too is even longer, because back then, like I used to do 20 minutes long on each video with like I think 1 hour every 10 videos. But yeah, definitely big change here.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
I think at the beginning of the series, I did 30 minutes long and then 1 hour for each video. But now I'm doing 50 minutes long for every video. After waiting for a while, Marcel arrives in a hurry.
Ah, Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Yep, I've definitely seen that, even over like, the court that deals with serious issues.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea.
If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
I feel like we didn't really get much from him. Information regarding Marcel. Marcel is the leader of the Confrérie of Cabrières and was the organizer of the banquet years prior. The Confrérie and the Spinity Rosula have always maintained a close working relationship. Though his recollection of the events of the case is quite foggy, he's willing to defend Navia. Okay. So yeah, I guess that all we knew was that, they're just close when it comes to work. But I feel like there wasn't really much to gain. And this city is impressive, man. The architecture is like, it feels way more grand than like any other of the other cities.
We've talked to all 3 suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Yeah, maybe Thierry, but like, it does seem like we're gonna treat it like like he's innocent for now. Yeah, none of them really stood out as a suspect.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start?
Jock's motive.
Ah, you're right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
If I was Jock's, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all.
Oh? And why is that?
Could he guarantee his safety after killing Callus? And guarantee his family's safety after killing Callus? I feel like he would think more about his family.
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father.
Seems the third person was the one who derailed everything.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory. Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Thierry?
Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use, but I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha.
I mean,
I
it's just
also
him
don't
sounding
think he'd
nice.
be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Like, yeah, he can just lie. He can just be a very convincing liar.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Maybe it was someone else? Oh. I mean, who do I think it is? Florent or Marcel? I forgot who Florent was already. Oh no. I can't even review my notes. I'm gonna guess we're gonna go through all of them, and it doesn't matter. So let's go from top to bottom. Florent.
Florent?
Or Florent.
It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security, so he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha arm?
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly.
Maybe it was someone else. Like Marcel?
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex.
Oh shoot, that's right. He does have funds.
It's still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child.
I mean, there's probably some behind the scenes fighting behind, with Marcel and Callus.
Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
I guess.
Who could it be?
I think. Oh my. Okay. Let's see. Wow, so we gotta really accuse one of them. I mean, if what Thierry is saying is true, like if he's not lying at all, he could be in the clear. I'm just wondering if, because I feel like with Florence over here, I'm just wondering if these two are supposed to be more on the obvious side since, you know, he's got the funds and he can possibly control the mechas. I'm just wondering if maybe that's done in a way, like a red herring, to like just have us look away from Florence. A part of me does wonder about that. What if he's like a spy for the boss just to make sure that Callus, you know, gets killed, or like whatever it does that he kills Jock. I forgot what happened. Like pretty much to make sure like things go as planned. Like what if he's like a double spy, an undercover agent from the like whoever ordered Jocks to shoot. I'm gonna be wild. I'm just gonna say Florent. I just feel like these two are supposed to distract us. If we just consider the incidents with the Gardamex, only one person really fits the bill. Oh, okay. I mean, if we're just talking about a Gardamex, I mean, if what Thierry said about money is true, wait, did he say a thing about money? No, he didn't see that. I think it was Navia that said it. If what she said is true, maybe, or like whoever said about the money thing is true, then I guess Marcel. It is Marcel.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
I guess maybe, now that I think about it, I guess that's true. Because I'm just wondering if he's also just using that whole, like, his memory is foggy thing as an excuse to, like, not really give any information.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well.
I like how I just went through, like, this whole discussion about it could be Florent, only to end up it being, I guess the right choice to move the dialogue forward is Marcel.
The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs.
All that effort was
has the
for
means
nothing.
to
My
dispatch
thinking.
Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
He is someone who's very close to you after all.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The synth protection or production base.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now. We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. Sorry, Thierry. I really suspected you at first. And then Florence later on, but I got everyone wrong. I guess maybe Marcel.
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Ooh.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Wait. Child?
What? Is that someone you know?
Okay. I mean, I guess it makes sense, you know, Fatui. People suspect that they're up to no good, so I'm not surprised he's not I'm not surprised that he's on trial.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial
Okay.
disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away.
Is it because he's Hydro? Like he can make those like water daggers?
If the charge against him
Oh,
stands,
I see a fast
it will
travel
be
points.
next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand.
Man, look at Thierry here.
Well, partner,
Wow.
what do you think we should do?
I thought really badly
We
of
still
him.
haven't found
And look at him
any
just...
conclusive evidence.
Yeah, look at Thierry here. After I thought bad about him, he's actually like trying to really help us out. Unless he's doing it on purpose, because he's the real bad guy. He's trying to get our trust to make us not suspect him. Let's split up.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
You can go to Irenaeus while I go investigate that place. I'm confident in my combat abilities.
Just as expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Leave it to me.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Lenny's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you then!
Suspect analysis, combining the information regarding the Gardamex and the investigation results so far, it can be concluded that there is only one person who can have a large number of Gardamex in his possession and run these synth business without leaving traces. This person is none other than Marcel. Oh wait, are we teleporting already? I was about to go to that fast travel point that I saw behind Thierry.
Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going.
Go to the place
The
Melis
location
mentioned.
has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
Here we are. Find the entrance.
According to Melusa's info, the synth production base is underwater.
Then we're going underwater.
Let's go and try to find the entrance.
There we go. Yeah, I think this might be our first time doing combats in the Archon story. And you know, like, I feel like whenever I do explore these lands or, you know, stuff first for the main quests, or just questing in general, I would always do the Archon quest first. And yeah, it took us a while for us to get to the first combat area, I guess.
Finally found it.
Whoa, Echo.
So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
Well, they don't want to stand out.
Ah, you're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Meanwhile, inside the Opera Epicace. Yeah, this is the child trial, right? Let's see what's up.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
No.
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their
Ooh.
name. Is that right?
That means he's got to fight Chlorinde, right?
In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Chlorinde, right?
Yeah, didn't he say he wants to fight Chlorinde? Yeah, this is his chance, man. I guess it works out for Child.
I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
I gotta say, man, it's kind of funny just seeing Farina a lot. Because, like, I guess for the Archons, I don't know. It feels kind of weird that they're not on, I guess, our side, like, you know, our travel companion. But yeah, we do see them a lot. Like, it's not like with, what's her name again? The Raiden Shogun, where we don't see her a lot.
Oh?
And she
Sounds
doesn't, like,
the
travel
Hydro
with us.
Archon wants to lecture me on the ways
Like,
of
during the
Opera
Archon
House.
quests. I don't know if that makes any sense. It just feels like a different feeling with this Archon.
Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. And we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
You know what I just realized? Like, I think this is the first time I've seen where the cutscene does not involve the Traveler. Like, you know, this cutscene, like, if you don't count, like, you know, flashbacks and stuff, like, it's happening at the same time, like, during the present time right now. Like, normally in the present time, we would have cutscenes with the Traveler. But no, this time it's without it. Like, we're seeing, like, other perspectives. Because I don't think we've ever seen that before. Like, we might have seen it before, but, like, it's just so rare. I'm just used to always seeing, like, you know, Paimon and the Traveler whenever it takes place in the present time.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
Ooh.
We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Oh.
And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default. Correct?
I mean, does he want that? He wants to fight.
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating.
Okay.
Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer.
Okay, I guess he's fine with it.
So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
You.
That person is...
Oh, what? Oh, we're playing as Navia now. Marcel.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, she's very confident. I mean, I don't know if we have enough evidence for that. We were just, you know, putting things together. It doesn't mean that's true. So, yeah, Navi, you better be confident about this.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss
Unless
Navia
you have a
and
way
attorneys,
to...
please take your places on the court.
Like, unless you have a way to not get charged if it's false. Or if maybe she just accepts it.
Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.
Or like Paimon said that she was stalling them, right? So like maybe she's just gonna try to drag things out until we get back to this, to I guess with whatever we got from that base. After some time, a shocked and confused Marcel is brought to the stands.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating
I
what
didn't realize
really
it was
happened
that
in that case
recent,
can
3
we
years
connect
ago.
all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun.
I mean, business is business, right? Maybe you just want money, or I don't know. I'm not sure what your motive is, but
If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
here we go. This is so cool, man.
On the day of the murder, Spina di
freaking love
Rosula
this art
hosted a large
conquest.
banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières.
I didn't think we'll be able to do it like another court case like this. On day of the murder, there's a large banquet.
During the banquet,
Owned
all
by the
attending
Marcel.
guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries.
Is that really Callus? He's got an eye patch, man. It looks so cool.
These are the known facts about the case.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him.
The third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by the father.
After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene.
Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Here we go. So we're just up against New Valette now. Identify loopholes. Oh, okay. I mean, I would see the 2 gunshots. Like, she said that the first one came from that third suspect. Like, in truth. Like, if it was really 2 gunshots from Callus, that means there would be 2 bullets being used, right? Wouldn't they also just count the bullets too? There should be like 1 being used then, right? I mean, we'll see. I don't know what what I can do. I mean, we do have that primordial seawater. Just wondering if that's the thing.
right.
Okay. I guess I'll read the blue ones. We're kind of like out of time. So yeah. Anyways, next time we'll try to finish this up, this whole case. Yeah, I'm excited to see this next one here. I think it'll be very interesting. I do wonder if, like, in the story, in a way, if it will skip all the battles with the Traveler. Like, he's gonna come back at the end. I'm just wondering if that's gonna be how it ends. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for now. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good